Hi, everyone. My name is Shinica Thomas, and I'm the chair of the Wake County Board of Commissioners. I wish I could be with you in person today, but I'm following in my son's footsteps on my way to Harvard so I can learn from experts about how to be the best leader I can be for Wake County. The good news is that we're all used to virtual speakers and meetings now, right? I want to start by thanking the Raleigh Chamber for hosting this wonderful event and for giving me the opportunity to speak via video. I know that some of my fellow commissioners are in the room today. Please stand and be recognized for your hard work on behalf of the community. Let's give them a round of applause. We're doing great things together, and I'm excited to share those accomplishments with you as I talk about the state of the county. Wake County is growing. We're nearly 1.2 million people strong, adding an average of 56 people a day. That makes us one of the 5 fastest growing counties with more than 1 million residents in the nation. Our community is also skewing older. Nearly half of the people moving here now are seniors. In fact, we're on track to have more residents over 60 than children under 18 by 2029. Pretty wild, isn't it? That's why it's so important for us to study our population. The data we glean helps us plan for the unique challenges and needs of our changing community. You've probably noticed that more new homes are being built across the county to accommodate our new neighbors. So it's no surprise that last year's residential construction landed just shy of pre-recession numbers. While Raleigh continues to grow, other municipalities are booming too. Places like Garner, Cary, Wake Forest, Fuquay-Varina, Apex, and Wendell. While we have a lot to celebrate, Wake County is not immune to widespread economic concerns like inflation and a tight labor market. Construction materials, security contracts, fire trucks, they all cost more. We took that into consideration while developing our fiscal year 2024 budget. We also examined our staffing needs and our community needs. It resulted in a $1.87 billion operating budget that will help make Wake County an even better place to live, work, learn, and play. The budget went into effect July 1st, and since I don't expect you to read all 400 pages of it, I'll just give you a couple highlights. The first one is public safety, one of our top priorities. We added 20 new positions and 3 ambulances to Wake County EMS to meet the rising number of 911 calls for help. We're also working closely with Sheriff Willie Rowe to keep our public school teachers, staff, and students safe. This year, we'll have 5 additional school resource officers, plus an investigator to work specifically on school-related cases. Our emergency personnel keep us safe every day, and this year we're investing in additional gear to protect them in return. We're buying a second set of turnout gear for all firefighters in the fire tax district. Having a clean, decontaminated set of protective gear, especially on back-to-back calls, will greatly reduce their risk of cancer. We're also purchasing bulletproof vests and helmets for our fire and EMS personnel. It's a sad reality that our frontline workers can sometimes face the threat of gun violence. But when those teams requested better protection, we answered their call. We're also investing in fire safety through recruitment and training. Last month, I had the pleasure of seeing 28 new cadets graduate from the Fire Academy. They're the first class to receive full salary and benefits while completing the intensive 38-week training we provide in partnership with Wake Tech. By investing American Rescue Plan Act funds in our Career in a Year program, we were able to launch a grassroots recruitment campaign aimed at attracting diverse candidates who reflect our community. The outreach efforts and fair pay drew an enormous pool of qualified applicants last year, and again for our upcoming academy, with about 45% of them having diverse backgrounds, a historic high for us. Providing more and better materials to trainees to help them succeed also resulted in an all-time high success rate in certification passing rates. By recruiting, training, and retaining firefighters with a wide variety of backgrounds and experiences, we know they'll be better equipped to work in the community when responding to emergencies. We've allocated another $1.5 million for the next class, which will start this fall. Another initiative we want to highlight today is our Affordable Housing Preservation Fund. In partnership with Self-Help Ventures Fund, the City of Raleigh, and private banks, we've collectively amassed $61.7 million to preserve existing affordable rental units. We're off to a strong start with 62 units preserved already. And that's on top of the new affordable units we're helping create through developer financing programs that will lock in affordable rates for decades. So far in 2023, we have created or preserved 707 units in Raleigh, Cary, and Rolesville. Education is the biggest piece of our budget, accounting for about $3 out of every $5, totaling more than $1 billion. That's billion with a B. This year, we're investing more than ever before in our vision to support our residents' education from cradle to career. We're expanding funding for Smart Start to more than $5 million, so income-eligible families can enroll their 3- and 4-year-olds in high-quality preschool programs. We know this opportunity will put them on a path toward better reading comprehension and higher graduation rates. Last fall, we launched Wake 3 School, opening the program to 100 3-year-olds whose families couldn't otherwise afford preschool. The response was so great that a long wait list formed instantly. This year, we're doubling the number of seats available to help support our youngest learners. We know that the needs of K-12 teachers, staff, and students are great in the Wake County Public School system. School leaders are trying to retain teachers and hire bus drivers by increasing wages, but it's hard to do when the state never provides enough funding. So Wake County is helping fill the gap. This year, we're increasing operating funds for the school district by $50 million, which brings our overall operating investment to more than $644 million. We're also investing in the 7-year capital improvement plan, which will fund 8 new schools and 14 big renovations, plus upgrade technology and equipment so we can give our students the space they need to learn. And I could never forget one of the biggest assets to Wake County, Wake Technical Community College. During budget hearings, we heard loud and clear that Wake Tech professor salaries were a priority, so we're investing an additional $1 million in faculty pay. That brings our total operating funding commitment to $33.5 million. We want to make sure that when Wake Tech's Eastern Campus opens the doors of its new technology building and public safety center next year, they'll be staffed with world-class professors who can focus on educating students. Just as we try to give every student access to a strong education, we also try to give every family access to healthy, nutritious food. That's why our board passed an updated food security plan. It builds on our existing efforts to ensure all families in Wake County can put food on the table. The plan will expand food hub capacity in our community, benefiting small farms by linking them with local buyers. The plan also includes pantry innovation grants to improve access to fresh foods that are more culturally relevant and support all dietary needs. We're adding more farmers markets, expanding a successful produce home delivery program, and continuing our partnership with the school system to provide universal breakfast and support with school pantries. We know this plan will make our local food system stronger and our residents healthier. That's why we invested $7.5 million of our American Rescue Plan Act funds in this updated plan. In this room of business leaders, I'm sure some of you can relate to these statistics. Last year, Wake County put more than 100 projects out for bid and signed more than 1,800 contracts for services. That's a lot. As we looked at the purchasing power of the county through an equity lens, we needed to know, are businesses owned by minorities and women getting a proportionate share of county contracts? To find out, we launched a disparity study and got the final report back from the consultant in April. It showed us areas we can improve and provide data-driven recommendations. So we're reimagining how we do this work. Thanks to investments in this year's budget, we're hiring a minority and women business enterprise coordinator to facilitate outreach and education to build those businesses' capacity. We have great programs to help even the playing field for these entrepreneurs, but they won't work if the business owners don't know about them. The new coordinator will also help make each stage of doing business with Wake County more inclusive and welcoming for all businesses. We've got exciting work happening in the world of parks, too. Beach Bluff County Park will be our first new county park to open in 18 years. The gorgeous 240 acres between Garner and Fuquay Varina will give residents in the southeastern part of the county access to exciting amenities like community gardens, outdoor classrooms, and walking trails. This year, we're investing in the resources and staffing needed for the new park, and we can't wait to welcome you all when it opens next year. This just scratches the surface of the great work happening in Wake County. We also supported the new legal support center that opened in January, invested in mental health crisis response facilities, and work to give our 4,400 employees fair and competitive compensation. There's a lot for us to celebrate in Wake County, and there's also a lot of work to be done. If you've got questions, or you see a place you and your organization can plug into the work, please reach out to me and my fellow commissioners. We're happy to answer questions and excited to strengthen or create partnerships. Try as we might, my fellow commissioners and I do not have a magic wand. We know that it takes thoughtful research, hard work, and careful collaboration to accomplish our goals. My time as chair has proven my mantra for leadership over and over again. We are better together. Thank you.